Chloe Beardsley is standing by. It's actually 9:15 in the morning for you there. And I know a lot of Las Vegans went down to enjoy the games as tourists, but you also ran into some people from Nevada who went down there to work.
That's absolutely right, Dana. We actually have another interview scheduled right after these live hits with another local, but Brianna's the one I talked to who actually worked here. More specifically, she worked on the golf course, but she also got to visit a bunch of other different venues and speak to a lot of the athletes who are here at the Olympics. And it's not just her I did the interviews with. I actually ran into a lot of people from all over the United States, a very diverse group, really from just about every corner of the country. And what's really cool is a lot of them speak multiple languages, and it's certainly a necessity when you have nearly 500,000 people that are attending the Rio Olympics this year.
Out of more than 50,000 volunteers, we spoke to a pretty big group from the U.S. We asked how it felt working at the Rio Olympics.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Maravilhoso.
Obrigada, Brazil.
Celeste Rice and her peers say working here has been an exhilarating experience. You may have noticed they're all dressed in different colors. Celeste tells us it symbolizes the variety of jobs during the games.
Like the red is for the medical, green is for kind of like liaisons, and the yellow is for making things go smoothly.
Each person here came for a different experience. Denise and Daniel are here as a couple to work.
Well, I volunteered at the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City as security and just absolutely loved it.
Las Vegas local Brianna Emming also spent time working on the golf course and got to mingle with some of the world's top athletes.
Justin Rose, he's one of the ones that won. All of our USA guys, there was like Bubba, Matt, Fowler.
Their group grew even more through social media with plans to stay in touch after the games are over.
It's been the most fabulous experience of my life.
Despite some challenges,
Because when I first arrived, we didn't have the BRT running.
it all eventually came together just in time.
International melting pot.
And you can just tell by the excitement in some of those interviews that those volunteers they felt this has really been an opportunity of a lifetime. So we were really happy to be able to capture those moments of their experience here in Rio. And of course, I just had to ask because I'm curious, would they do it again? And most of them said yes. Reporting live from Rio de Janeiro, I'm Chloe Beardsley. Dana?
Chloe, quick question. Are they able to enjoy any of the events? I know they're working down there, but they must have some off time.
Oh yes, they do. They do get time off, and they have gotten to see a lot of events. I know Brianna's seen a whole list of beach volleyball, and she's been here at Baja checking out some of the events here, also meeting up with some other volunteers, really growing their network of friends through volunteers here. So they've been able to get some time off. Usually, for example, Brianna, she was doing the golf portion, so when golf was finished, she had the time off to enjoy her time here at the Rio Olympics. And also a lot of volunteers got here early. Many of them stayed at bed and breakfast and stayed with locals here, which was really interesting and have some really cool stories. So they've certainly found some time to enjoy the sights and sounds of Rio, Dana.
See, Chloe Beardsley, not the only person from Las Vegas working at these Olympics. Chloe, thanks so much. We'll check back in coming up in about an hour. The lovely and talented Chloe Beardsley is standing by. We know closing ceremony coming up on Sunday night, but that's not the end of the Olympics. The Paralympics follow on the heels of these Olympic Games.
That's absolutely right, Dana. And I got the chance to speak with one volunteer who enjoyed being at the Rio Olympics so much that she's coming back in September for the Paralympics. So very exciting news right there. We're going to roll some video for you. Meet my new friend, Linda. She's one of more than 50,000 volunteers who came out to work here in Rio. She was given the invite to work as a volunteer just a couple of years ago. And when she was going to accept, she said she just couldn't decide whether it should be the Olympics or Paralympics, so she just decided to do both. Why not? She leaves this Saturday, the 20th, to go back home briefly to Missouri and then comes back the following Saturday.
I know back home people were wondering, why are you doing this? This is why I'm doing this, for the love of people. I am so excited to come back for Para, and I haven't even left yet.
And Linda wishes that there was more emphasis on the Paralympics than just the Olympics. The Paralympics start on September 7th and go through the 18th. More than 4,500 athletes will be competing in those games in September from almost more than 160 countries. And some more facts for you. There's more than 500 medals up for grabs for the Paralympics. Reporting live from Rio de Janeiro, I'm Chloe.
Oh, can you believe that? That hasn't happened for 2 weeks.
I know.
Just lost her right at the end. But we're going to check in with Chloe again coming up at about 6:45 this morning. She's done a great job of reporting here on News 3 today.
It is 6:49. Our live team coverage from Rio continues this morning with Chloe Beardsley, who has just done a bang-up job reporting from Rio during these past 2 weeks. She joins us live once again, and it's always fun, Chloe, to get a tour of the Olympic Village during all of the different games, but I learned something new because of you this morning with what's going on in Rio. Do tell.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. We actually have some cool video that I shot just the other day when I went to Olympic Village when I was interviewing Augie Sanchez, the U.S. boxing coach. But the thing that really took my breath away is these buildings. It looks like a city within itself, and I'm sure you're looking at the video right now. The buildings are like skyscraper-like, very big, and you can see many countries are represented with flags and a bunch of other decorations hanging from the windows and the balconies. But as you continue to look through this video, you may notice that there's a lack of USA pride here. Well, here's what I found out. For safety reasons, Team USA does not decorate the area where the athletes are staying due to safety concerns. Now, most of the athletes, since the games are wrapping up right now, have dispersed. Most of the events are finishing up, as you can see, and a lot of them are seeing the sights in Rio right now. There's still a few staying in the village. Others are hanging out at USA House, or some have gone home to their families. But you can see a little bit of a preview inside Olympic Village. A beautiful area, but again, safety is always a top priority whenever there are Olympic Games or wherever there are security concerns. So no decorations from the U.S., but they were certainly present for these games. And hey, for that medal count, we're pretty proud of that. Kim and Dana?
Yeah, we are, Chloe. Yeah, Team USA keeping a bit of a low profile at these games. Everybody remembers what happened in Munich in 1972. Thanks, Chloe. We appreciate it. Get back home safely. Here's Kim.